What's Gucci, guys? It's Glasgow here, and a couple videos back I covered how semen retention without transmutation is useless. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that out. But in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some actual practical ways that you can get the most out of your semen retention by practically transmuting that energy into a couple different things. Because let's face it, if you're retaining and you're just pinning all that energy up and not really doing anything with it, you're going to go nuts. You're going to go freaking crazy. So why don't we make this more effective and actually put it into something useful? Now, the first way that you guys can transmute that energy is to get creative. And now, when I say creative, I mean creative outlets, transferring that energy into your creative outlets. And I'm talking things like singing, writing, blogging, videography, YouTube, just really anything that's creative. You see, we all have talents that we release in different creative ways. And when you're retaining, when you're doing semen retention and then transmuting that energy into those, it's a good way to 10x those talents. And this isn't even some kind of magical thing.
Stop it.
But before we keep going, let's admit it. I really just made that 10x number up. I don't actually have the real calculations. I'm sorry. But anyway, the reason you get so much better at those creative outlets is because the truth is you probably have been ignoring those talents for most of your life. You knew you could do that, or you knew you had a passion for that, but the world didn't want to see you do it. You were too embarrassed. You didn't want to put yourself out there. For whatever reason it was, you didn't take advantage of those talents. But on semen retention, when you can put that energy, when you can transmute that energy into your creative outlets, a few things are going to happen. Firstly, you're going to experience that outlet in a way that you've really never seen before. You're going to start looking at that outlet different. It's almost going to be like an obsession to you. You're going to start watching every video about it. You're going to start always thinking about it. You're going to always start talking about it. And then you're always going to be doing it. And then when you start laying brick after brick after brick, I can guarantee you eventually a house is going to be built. And the greatest part is when you do dive deep on that outlet or your creative talent and you put that work in, the good news is the world typically pays a lot of money for someone who's good at their talents, someone who's good at singing, someone who's good at writing, someone who's good at drawing. So not only are you going to be following your passion, but it's a good way to get financial freedom if you can really dive into that stuff. Now, the second way that you can transmute that energy is through communication and networking. A lot of people say it's not what you know, but it's more like who you know. Because if you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time on your phone when you're out in public or on Instagram looking at butt cheeks instead of actually engaging in those real life conversations. But I promise you, when you do semen retention and you can detach from these platforms and stop making chasing ass a priority for you,
I want to be on you.
I can promise you're going to have a lot more energy. And it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to throw that energy into communication and network. Guys, knowing the right person, being in the right place at the right time, knowing the right person can open doors for you that you really never saw coming. And it can change your life in a dramatic way. Trust me. The third way to transmute that energy is really by transforming your body. Seriously, guys, there is no better time to attack your body than when you're doing semen retention. And the reason for that is some studies say that when you're on semen retention, when you're not releasing, the testosterone levels in your body are a lot higher. So when your testosterone levels are a lot higher, that means you can perform a lot better. That means you can work out a lot longer. That means you can work out a lot stronger. That means you can lift more weights. That means you can do more stuff. And your body is going to be the one that reaps the benefits. I already told you guys back on my first semen retention journey back when I was in high school, guys, I gained 20 pounds of pure muscle. Not only that, I went from a 4.7 40 to running a 4.3. Now, to those of you guys that don't play football, that means I went from slow as to fast as hell.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy.
And now that I'm thinking of this, I look back and I can think of, guys, I used to really, really hate long distance running. And when I say really hate, I mean really hate. I mean, seriously, guys, I'm 30 years old, and up to this point, I had never run 2 miles in one stretch ever in my life. That's how much I hated. But now that I'm retaining, guys, I love running. I love getting that energy out. As a matter of fact, that's the only way that I don't really feel anxiety is when I get out there and run. I'm close to running about 4 miles a day right now, and my body is reaping the benefits of all that. So, guys, there is no better way and no better time to transform your body than when you're on semen retention. So it's definitely worth considering transmuting some of that lust and desire into transforming your body. The fourth way to transmute that energy is by reading books. Some people say you can miss a meal, but never miss a book. That's how serious they take it. Now, I 90% agree with this statement because that was one of the biggest factors in my transition from football to dominating the corporate world. And that was reading a lot of books. I read a shit ton of books, guys. And that's because most of the answers that you're going to be looking for, that you're going to be searching for, are in those books. If you want to become a better salesperson, somebody's already done it. They've already accomplished it. If you want to become a better swimmer, somebody's already done it. If you want to make better YouTube videos, somebody's already done it. All the information and knowledge that you need or could possibly ever want is already out there. And when you start reading people's book, it's almost like you're gaining that experience from them. You're gaining the experience. Guys, by reading books, I have shaved off so much time learning things just by picking up a goddamn book. So trust me when I say this might not be a bad way for you to transmute that energy. Lastly, guys, is meditation. I literally cannot tell you guys how many times I want to let one off, but meditation was the only thing that saved me. Now, I'm not gonna cover the vast benefits of meditation in this particular video because we're gonna need a whole other video for that. But I will say this, what meditation did for me was crazy. What it did for me was it gave me awareness. It just gave me awareness of the things I was thinking. You see, really what it did was it helped me be aware of those lustful thoughts. It helped me to acknowledge them, not necessarily ignore them. It helped me to acknowledge them and then let them go. It helped me to get a different perspective and frame things a little bit differently. It allowed me to step back and be able to see, okay, is it worth it making this short-term decision to go let one off, to go hit that chick when that's not leading me towards my long-term goals? It allowed me to be able to see that kind of stuff and then obviously make the right decision. So if meditation is stopping me from clapping these big booty cheeks, I would say it's pretty much worth it. It's pretty much worth it. You might want to transmute into that. Anyway, guys, those are the 5 areas that I would recommend that you transmute all that extra energy into, because I think it will pay massive dividends for you. But I will re-emphasize this and I'll rehash it because it's important. Semen retention is useless without sexual transmutation, taking that energy and putting it into something. And now I just gave you guys 5 practical ways to do that to get big results. But as always, guys, if you found value in this video, help your boy out. I'm trying to grow. I got goals too. Y'all help me out. Go ahead and hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, join the gang, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. You know what it is. Your boy Glasses out. Peace.